The addiction isn't the beginning of your story, but the survival strategy you learned when your nervous system didn't feel safe. Those are the questions that we're going to answer today. For some survivors of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, addictive behaviors can become an attempt to regulate unbearable emotions, silence intrusive memories, escape dissociation, or temporarily create a sense of control. That does not mean that complex post-traumatic stress disorder causes addiction, but trauma-related symptoms can increase vulnerability to substance use and other compulsive behaviors. And research has increasingly pointed to the emotions of dysregulation, avoidance, and maladaptive coping as important mechanisms. So the problem that once provided relief can eventually become another source of suffering. And you may tell yourself, I just need to stop. But if the behavior is functioning as negative reinforcement, reducing emotional pain in the short term, the brain learns pain equals escape. So when trauma symptoms return, the craving can return with them. That's the loop. That's the cycle. And shame can make that cycle even stronger. Shame is one of those emotions that actually are at the underlying emotion to addiction. Healing requires more than removing the addictive behavior. It means identifying what the behavior has been regulating, what feelings that comes up in your body. Is it hyperarousal, emotional flooding, intrusive memories, dissociation? Is it fear of abandonment? Is it chronic shame or the inability to tolerate distress without immediately escaping it? This is why integrated treatment matters. Evidence supports treating trauma and substance use problems concurrently rather than assuming one will disappear when the other is treated, when it doesn't work that way at all. Okay, trauma-focused approaches such as concurrent treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder and substance use disorders using prolonged exposure or cope have demonstrated benefits for PTSD symptoms while addressing substance use recovery. Now, healing can also involve learning, grounding, emotional regulation, distress tolerance, healthy attachments, sleep and routine stabilization, relapse prevention, skills, and trauma processing with a qualified clinician. The goal isn't simply, how do I stop using? The deeper question actually becomes, what pain am I trying to regulate? And what healthier way can I learn to regulate it? Because there are healthier ways, but the question has to be first asked, what am I trying to regulate? What pain am I trying to regulate? And if complex post-traumatic stress disorder and addiction are part of your story, don't interrupt your struggle as a character defect. Your behavior may once have been an adaptive or adaptation to overwhelming pain, but an adaptation that helped you survive yesterday may be preventing you from healing today. So recovery is not really about punishing the survival strategy. It is actually about building a nervous system, relationships, coping skills, and sense of self that no longer does not require the drug anymore. The sense of self that no longer requires it. And if you are struggling with addiction, seek professional support, especially when withdrawal could be medically dangerous. Healing begins when survival stops being the only option. I hope you liked my video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like, and leave me a comment or two. And if there's any other topics you want me to talk about, please leave that as well in the comment section. Thank you.